Hey everyone, welcome back. And yet again, I am playing the 1960 election of JFK versus Nixon. And we'll be playing as JFK. And this is the third attempt. And I got the strat down, and we're going to win this time. So, of course, we're picking JFK. We're going to pick Lyndon Johnson. Difficulty would be normal. And here we go. All right, so anyway, let's read this. What kind of tone will you attempt to set in your campaign this fall? So, this time we're going to campaign as a mainstream liberal Democrat. So, this will be our choice, or my choice, I should say. I will campaign as a mainstream liberal Democrat, emphasizing key parts of the platform, pressing the case for more vigilance in our national defense. So, that is what we're picking here. So, perfect. And what do you have to say about the selection of Lyndon Johnson as your running mate? So for this, we're gonna pick like how we picked the last couple times. Lyndon Johnson is a loyal Southerner and senator from Texas who will spare no effort to advance a Democratic agenda. So that would be my choice. So your words of support how LBJ begins campaigning in the South. He will cajole and strong arm the region's politicians into disavowing the Up Pledge elector movement. So yeah, so it's still pretty early on. You know, it's mostly red, but that's to be expected. So let's look at the electoral. 406 to 117. It's not great, but hey, we're only a couple questions in. We still got 23 more questions. So let's head to let's head to Arkansas. All right, so third question. Yeah, the third question. So, do you believe that the current levels of defense spending are adequate? Or, yeah, adequate. Um, let's see. Hmm, we can always find areas to improve. I believe. I think the best choice is I believe that we need to be more vigilant in the area of defense for both military equipment and for missile development. We currently have a missile gap with the Soviet Union, so that would be my choice there. Or so for question four, there was a recent effort in Congress to pass a program to provide medical care to elderly Americans, but it was narrowly defeated. Will you make a further push for this type of program as president? So I would say this program is a good starting point, but I would much prefer a program of national health insurance for all Americans and not just the elderly. So that would be my choice there. So far, the Rust Belt states are they still lean to Nixon, but it was a lot better than it was before. So we're gonna head to Pennsylvania. So for fifth question, are you satisfied with the economy and the economic policies of this country over the past 8 years? With this, we got to find the one that we have to criticize Eisenhower and do better. So we must do better. Our present administration has advocated a hard money policy, which caused the recession of 1958. So that would be our choice. That would be the choice there. Okay, so sixth question: is the United States prepared to defend against the Soviet threat today? Um, Choice would be Cuba has been lost to the Soviet Union, providing a potential base for the communist aggression on the very doorstep of our nation. I'm very unsatisfied with the current situation. So we picked that the last couple of times as well. So that's the best choice in that manner. All right, let's head to Texas. All right, so question seven. Do you believe the United States is prepared to defend against the Soviet threat over the next 10 years? We have a missile gap, so that would be my choice there. We have a missile gap, and we're overly tight monetary policy that's constraining our growth. I'm very concerned that these shortfalls will allow the Soviet Union to gain an advantage if they are not addressed. So that is my choice there. Richard Nixon has made experience the centerpiece of his campaign. What do you have to say on this point? So this is for question eight. Uh, let's see what we have. I mean, I would just pick what I think instead of I will bring new dynamic leadership, I'm going to say I question this premise to be frank. It's still not clear to me exactly what role Nixon had in the Eisenhower administration or what policies of his have been implemented. So I'm going to pick that choice. This might not be the right answer, but hey, gotta be a little different on that. All right, let's head to Michigan. All right, question 9. Anti-Catholicism has been a huge issue thus far in the campaign, with hundreds of pamphlets and leaflets being distributed across the South and Midwest. Do you have any comment? So I would say we avoid the question for now. So we can't be out there responding to everything. So we're going to avoid that question. All right. So question 10. Should the United States apologize to the Soviet Union for the controversy surrounding the Down U-2 spy plane and surrounding espionage? Um, Absolutely not. I picked this choice the last couple times I played this, so I think that's the best answer to that. All right, here we go. Let's try California. All right, so question 11. Did Dwight Eisenhower do the right thing when he sent federal troops to Little Rock to ensure the integration of high school there? I would say he absolutely did, and I would like to see further action to desegregate our schools and enforce civil rights. So yes. All right. So question 12. There has been a large number of sit-ins recently where black students and activists are sitting at white-only lunch counters in department stores to advocate for desegregation. Do you support this movement? Um, let's see. It's like I sometimes I pick between if I should be moderate or I should just go all in. But I would say for this run, I'll say the movement has my full support, as do other civil rights measures of our day. I'll push for civil rights act as president. So that would be my choice. Man, okay, that didn't. I mean, we're doing better than we did in the beginning, only by a slight margin, but hey, it's still a close race, so it could go either or. But let's try Illinois. All right, question 13. All right, so anti-Catholicism continues to be an issue. Major newspapers have published a statement by 150 Protestant clergy, including Norman Vincent Peale, opposing any Catholic as president. Do you have any comments? So I'm going to pick the same choice as last time. Uh, where's that choice? Yeah, so let's take this opportunity to make a major speech on the topic. I will address this issue exclusively in a televised speech and put it to rest for good. So that will be my choice there. And question 14. Yeah, obviously we'll pick the how go. So there has been a proposal for a series of television debates between you and Kennedy. So yeah, of course we're going to debate Nixon on a televised event. So we're going to do that. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, so let's go to okay, Michigan's pretty good. Wisconsin still. Let's go to Oregon or Washington. I meant. Question 15. How has the United States defended against the communist threat, and would you support further action if necessary? So I think we have an obligation to defend South Vietnam at all costs and whatever commitment of our forces that it entails. So that would be my choice there. So question 16. This one I'm just going to be. What is your position on the power of labor unions in the United States? We support unions. Uh, so So I support unions and opposing excess leaders such as these people. So we're going to pick that. All right. Let's go to, let's try Ohio. All right. So question 17. Do you believe that the islands of Kwamo and Matsu should fall within the United States defense perimeter in Asia? I think we have to defend these islands. So which is the one? Yeah. So here we go. I do believe that we should defend these islands. We are committed to the defense of Taiwan. The commitment must include Taiwan to be credible. So that would be my choice there. All right. Question 18. What is your opinion on the current level of education funding in the United States? Would you increase federal education funding, even if it meant higher taxes or a larger budget deficit? Okay, so I think because usually I pick this one, it seems pretty good. Education's the key battle over communism. But I'm going to say I'm not satisfied with how teachers are paid in this country, so that would be my choice there. Hey, okay, this is looking pretty good. All right, so let's hit Wisconsin. All right, so this is question 19. Would you support the passage of federal civil rights bill as president to address the worst excesses of segregation in the South? Um, I would say we have to support and do everything we can. So we need to do everything we can to move our nation forward on this issue, including civil rights bill and measures to protect voting rights. So we're going to pick that choice there. Question 20. Do you believe that Cuba has been lost to the communists as of this time? If so, do you think it's partially the fault of the United States? Um, so I would say we've seen alarming things. I would say this one actually, the middle answer. We have unfortunately seen in Cuba as a consequence of insufficient support for anti-communist governments and movements. We need to be much more aggressive in our actions against the Castro government. So that will be my choice there. All right, let's look at the because we're doing pretty well so far. So let's look at this. Yeah, so 290 already. Let's look at the popular vote. So 49.8 to 49.7. Still pretty close popular vote wise, but we're doing well electorally. So we got Pennsylvania, which is pretty darn good. Um, let's try to aim for. Let's try to go for California. That would be kind of amazing if we managed to get California. I don't know if it's possible, but we're definitely going to try. All right, so for question 21, do you support a minimum wage of $1.25 per hour with some exceptions for small business? Such a measure was recently defeated in Congress. So, yeah, of course, I would support this measure, and I believe it would be greatly beneficial to millions of American workers. All right, question 22. How serious at the current time do you believe the internal communist threat is? So, as best option was we should always be concerned about internal subversion, but the external Soviet threat should be a primary focus at this point. So yeah. All right. This is looking pretty good. Let's go. Let's go Wisconsin actually. Okay. So question 23. Okay, recently Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested at a sit-in at Atlanta and has been sentenced to 4 months in prison for failing to get a Georgia driver's license after moving to that state. Do you have any comment or action you would like to take? And of course, let's make a call to Miss King to offer our condolences and let's demand the release of Mr. King. Yeah. And Lady Bird Johnson, LBJ's wife, has been spat on the gathering far right protesters in Dallas hotel lobby. What are your thoughts? Okay, no other choice but that, so we're going to pick that. All right, holy shit. Look at this. All right, we're going for California, man. If we can win California, let's do this. Yeah, so I'm going to be ballsy and we're going to pick California in the West Coast. I don't know, that might have been a bad choice, but we'll see. Let's see, man. I would have definitely had it in the bag if I would have done the Rust Belt or Texas. So I don't know. I wanted to be ballsy there to see if I can get California as well. All right. All right. So nothing crazy so far. All the expected states. Okay. All right. We got Illinois. We got Illinois. We got Arkansas. All right. We're doing pretty well. We got New Mexico. Oh, we got Pennsylvania. I missed that. All right. We got Michigan. I think we're going to win this election. Okay. Wisconsin. That was going to be close no matter what. So we'll give that to Nixon. All right. Come on. All right. So congratulations. You won this year's election. So, all right. We won California as well. Wow. And it was by, we won Texas. Wow. Okay. This is actually terrific. We won by 333 electoral votes. Man, that's that's like kind of amazing. All right. Man, we did. Man, I'm actually a little speechless with that. So, wow. All right. So we finally did it. Finally did it. We won the election and we won it big. We went over the 300 mark, and this is actually my best out of all the times I played this campaign trail with the 1960 election. This is by far my best result. So, man, I'm actually pretty happy about that. So we won the popular vote as well, 50.3% to 49.1. So over 1%. That's pretty good as well. Let's go to result by state by state. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see the closest wins that we got as ourselves. Alabama, New Jersey. Okay, so won New Jersey by, wow, that's pretty close actually. Only by roughly over 2,000 votes. That's insane actually. Missouri, Missouri was pretty close as well. Texas, Texas was a little closer than I thought. Usually Texas is a, man, that is pretty close. New Jersey was, wow, New Jersey was insanely close. Holy shit. All right, let's do by let's see Nixon's closest states or closest wins. He won Minnesota by roughly around 6,000 votes. Wow. Okay. Let's go to, where's Minnesota? Wow, we could have won Minnesota, but he won that. Damn. All right. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. We won his home state, California. That's pretty fucking embarrassing for him. So, he can take Minnesota. I see. Closest states. Alabama unpledged. What was Alabama? We won that. Huh, I don't know what that's about. All right, let's go to the. Where is the closest states? Here we go. All right, so New Jersey's number one. Washington, we won that to Delaware. Okay, apparently that's pretty close. Florida, we're pretty close as well. 50 to only 49. Montana, Illinois, Pennsylvania. Okay, Pennsylvania. Okay, we beat them a lot by there. Like, come on, that's like it's like over 3 points. That's or like yeah, shy of 3 points. No, it's 3 points. But all right, that's that's it, guys. I finally did it. All right, so yeah. no longer have to play this anymore. I guess I'll see you in the next video. All right, thanks for watching.